second part, I
Do
guess.
you be yourself and make sure that you love being yourself. And it's gonna be roadblocks, it's gonna be tribulations, but always remember this is a life experience. Accept the experience, appreciate the experience, and learn how to move on from things that don't serve you well, and find your journey, respect your journey, and love it. Do you be yourself?
All right, man. Dang. I'm at work, people calling, they knocking on doors and stuff, man. I still got okay. I should have changed the title. Dang. All right, well, I guess I'll change it later. Hey, let's go be real. Dang, man. Anywho, I'm back, but I'm trying to make sure the audio right. So bear with me here. All right. All right, I'm back. So I want to briefly touch on what I said, but like I was saying at first, um, was stream on Kick, stream on there. Okay, so yeah, so it can be time consuming, and like I said, I'm not a person with excuses. D- My weak point in certain things is that I feel is a weak point is I announce stuff and I announce stuff too soon. You know what I'm saying? That's me. That's what I do. I be so hyped and inspired and passionate at what I'm doing that I just jump out the window and want everybody to see it. Yeah, look what I'm doing, guy. Look what I'm doing. And, oh, this is how advanced or this how far something becoming. It's like, dude, just humble yourself a little bit, slow down, get a little bit more your foot wet in this situation, and then try to present. So um I learned the hard way. It's still learning, you know what I'm saying? But life is a lesson in general. It's never a L, it's never a loss, it's always lessons. So that's one of the lessons that I learned with just game development as a whole. One, it's hard to do this on your own, but again, Unreal Engine is making it easy to do it on your own in a sense. Like, dude, this was so inspiring, it's crazy. You telling me you took a team and it was like 150, 120 some people from what I checked on the internet about that team that did that short film. And you pumped that out a year and a half and a cinematic environment to the point where it's on Hulu, it's about to showcase on Hulu. That's crazy. Um, the AI situation, like the characters and being able to take the meta-human character editor and actually fully integrate and edit so I can scan myself into a world, into an environment, and then I can mold and shape certain things to the character if I wanted to. Uh, Clothing, if you get big, fat, skinny, the clothes actually mold and merges with the body so it ain't clipping, it ain't no weird fabric merging into the skin. Fam, like I told you, I was trying to get a 3D printer of Chicago of the world. I could not find this for nothing at a reasonable, affordable price. Nowhere. A 3D model printing of Chicago. You telling me I can go take the camera crew or get a hire a camera crew for a couple of hours and they can take pictures of the monuments that's in Chicago and they can scan it into Meta and there you go. You got a whole 3D model of that image with AI and Meta. Dude, when I say this is this is over over the hill of issues, you're getting to the promised land of like literally development. And this is not just in video game. This is movies, entertainment as a whole, short films, whatever you can think of entertainment wise on a visual level, you can implement it with Unreal. Like I've always wanted to. This is why you see the character that you see now with the backdrop and all that stuff. I wanted to do because my inspiration was the Gorillas. It was like my favorite, like little band, what's your names. If you know the Gorillas, you know the Gorillas, and they always had like this animated series with their music videos. I wanted to take that, but I wanted to put it in a Boondocks form and make a YouTube video content channel just off of that alone. So the character is able to, I'm able to put a camera up, it can get my motions, my lips syncing, like everything that I'm talking about right now, and it just implemented live on the screen. Like I'm able to do all this live on the screen and animate everything out. Bro, they got a whole entire software for it now in Meta in Unreal Engine. Buddy only had a webcam and the software on his computer, and he was live streaming himself as a whole nother character with a 3D background and everything. Interactive, it looked like an interactive background. When I say technology has it is far along than what we think. And when it comes to that, we are like touting it. And again, people losing their jobs sucks. It does. I'm not sitting here saying that it's the greatest thing in the world. It's not. Uh, but times is changing. The most secure jobs we thought were so secure that it would take eons for that job to even be extinct are literally being wiped off the face of this daggone planet right now because of AI and how far along with AI technology we are. That's why I laughed and joked at individuals talking about, oh, AMD and they using these ARM chips and this and it's bottleneck. It's more like for you don't know, let alone understand or comprehend how far along technology has grown to the point where a system like, for example, a system like DeepSync, if you know the backstory of DeepSync and how it literally crippled, or I don't want to say crippled, it literally gave Silicon Valley the black eye because that's America's top tech city. It gave them a black eye in Chat GTP. It's utterly ridiculous because when you know the backstory behind it, Silicon Valley, places like Google, Meta, etc., the higher tech companies, Nvidia, all was touting and going to the government saying, hey, okay, technology is on the rise. We need, hold on, we need um umpteen billions of dollars, trillions of dollars to get this data infrastructure up and running so we don't be left in the dark times when it comes to technology. We need these billions of dollars from you. And here's ChatGTP, and this is the power of what ChatGTP can do. The Chinese government came out and said, hold my beer. Not only do you not need the latest and greatest NVIDIA graphic cards and chips and all this stuff to get this done and still get a high clip performance. No, you don't need that. They used old NVIDIA chips, GPUs, created DeepSync, and DeepSync outperformed ChatGTP by a landslide. Think about that. Think about what I just told you. You had Meta, NVIDIA saying, hey, you need the high-end chips. You need the top of the line chips to get XYZ performance with ChatGTP. China used it old NVIDIA chips, outdated NVIDIA chips, and outperformed ChatGTP and was free with DeepSync, which Literally, like the stock market in tech took a massive dip on this news. Did it bounce back? Absolutely. But it showed the world, if you was paying attention, that you can do so much with the bare minimum. You don't need the latest and greatest to get the performance that some of these companies is trying to portray to you. And that's the same thing with ARM, the same thing with AMD. Yes, are they up there with NVIDIA? No, they're not. But can you, with cloud computing and cloud resources, can you get the close to or either exceed what NVIDIA can do? Absolutely. At a fraction of a cost, yes, you can. Yes. They showed that. They showed that in many ways than one. So that's the situation with Unreal right now. Unreal is taking some of the most highly technical, advanced features and things that you would have had to have a team behind to get done at a comfortable time frame. They're taking all of that and crunching that down into like the minimum of resources and plug and play, and you able to get the same results, if not better, depending on the effort you put in. This is like, yeah, it's unmatched because that was my concern with Unreal. When I started noticing a lot of the gaming developers are switching over to Unreal because of how easy it was able to how it took everyday hard tasks and it made it simplistic and easy that they can start focusing on other things. I was like, man, they're gonna wear this template out. Like, is they gonna wear it out to the point where the gamers get to start to notice that it's like rinse and repeat? But after seeing Unreal switching, well, Witcher 4, it's like, bruh, my God, bruh, like we are here. And now it's to the point where you can integrate hardware console visuals and able to sync it or transfer it over to mobile and it not skip a beat, where compared to the home console, and where a mass majority of the future gamers and the future content creators are mobile. They're on the move, they're on the run. They're not just sitting in one spot. They're not just at the comfort of their homes playing video games. They're out and about. Unreal is leading the forefront in that. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. I'll definitely is finna check out this face scan situation, the metahuman creator, so I can try to see what I can do with the live joint. Because again, my ideas and my vision for this channel has just been presented to me in the whole forefront. Um, it motivated me with the game aspect, but I want to go about a different route because I learned so much. And I'm starting to see that NPCs are going to be the heavy vocal point in gaming. This is what I got from the showcase today. Like, NPCs and interacting in worlds and environments in video games are most likely going to be the heavy vocal point when it comes to technology now. Um, I'm seeing a couple things that's leaning towards that, like the situation with Grand Theft Auto 6. I keep bringing that game up because that's going to be in my opinion, that is the game that's going to over exceed everyone's expectation, including myself, when it comes to what gaming should be right now. Like, that's going to be the blueprint and the leap and bound into gaming. And apparently, they got some patents in Grand Theft Auto uh, in various situations for a reason. Like, it's alarming in what they're about to do. Like, again, leaps and bounds, but it ain't really so much of a leap if you really think about it, because you know Grand Theft Auto 5 released in 2013. It's 2025. Um, the last game they came out with was Red Dead Redemption, which is what they are using, a more enhanced version to do Grand Theft Auto 6. Uh, But when you check out that game, that was running on the PS4. You know what I'm saying? So I can just imagine what the heck this Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna do and tell. That's why I say I was gearing up and ready to roll for it this year. And then they hit us with the delay. It's like, oh my God. But you know what? I'm gonna take this time to knock two birds out with one stone. I was gonna wait until Grand Theft Auto 6 roll out so I can get the specs so that I can build a PC around it in the process of me still buying it for the console. So once that year, because you know it waits like a year or so before it release on PC, I'd already be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? We already there. All we gotta do is buy and go. We'll be on the road cooking. Um, I'm probably going to, in fact, use this time to probably implement towards the Unreal situation because it's too many tools right there for me personally to not look into because and it's too many. It's too many from the meta-human editor to the reality scanner, um, even even the locomotion in the nanites. Like, yeah, you can do some damage. And also with my newfound process of this thing, one, I need to give me a vision board, which I'm going to be doing soon. And I need to chart down exactly what I need to tackle one by one, time after time, so that I'm not just swinging on the fence or just doing something, because that's what I started initially doing, and it backfired. Um, I st- but like right now, like I said, with how that technology is set up, it helps me because I don't have to depend on anyone else. If you get what I'm saying, uh, like I said, it's hard for you to find people that's going to match your passion about something, especially if they wasn't the one that created it in the first place. But it's a wait and see approach. Because I know I'm gonna need help in certain things that I'm trying to do. And but bro, I'm just thinking about it, like doing the cutscenes and being able to make a little visual interactive part. I don't need a team to do that and record. Like, all I need is a tripod, a camera, my actors to do the scene, and then I can upload that into Chat GTP to make it motion capped, and then we take that motion cap and put it in Unreal, and now we got a whole character scene interacting and everything. Like, it cuts down so much productivity of having a team. Is crazy. And again, there's nothing wrong. I want to make sure I point that out. There's nothing wrong with having a team because sometimes you need people around to bounce ideas off of to get inspiration, etc. So there's nothing wrong with that at all. But it also what it is that caveat where it's hard to find people that's going to take it